Splatoon will be getting a update next week on the 12th of April for you guys in North America, the 13th of April for people living in Europe like myself. In this video, we'll be giving you all of the details that you need to know about what this update will do to Splatoon next week. So from next week onwards, Sheldon Picks will be going live. Basically, Sheldon Picks is where Sheldon will mix up some of the weapons and some of the sub-weapons and some of the special weapons as well. We do have some information of 3 of the 8 weapons that will be going live next week. Now what is interesting is that in the patch notes it said that Sheldon Picks Volume 1 will be going live. So for me, that suggests that we'll be seeing Sheldon Picks Volume 2 in like future updates. We'll be going we're going to be seeing like more weapons getting mixed up. So that's what I'm expecting to happen. I think in the next few updates we'll see Sheldon Picks Volume 2 and Volume 3. Maybe even Volume 4 if they want to. But let's start off with some of the weapons that will be coming to Splatoon next week, or some of the new weapon sets I should say. So the first one is the one that is interesting me the most, just because I do use the Splat Shot, the Tentakek. I probably have pronounced that wrong, but I use the Tentakek Splat Shot more than the box standard Splat Shot with the, I think it's Bomb Rush. Might have got that wrong, but I prefer the Ink Zuka to the Bomb Rush, so that's why I use the Tentakek Splatter Shot more than the other one. But next week we're going to be getting a new set for the Splatter Shot. It will be called the Wasabi Splatter Shot. And basically this information comes from the official Tumblr page for Splatoon. So this beauty is a Splatter Shot set featuring a few key adjustments by Sheldon. The main weapon is pretty much the same as before, but Splat Bombs amp up its frontline capability. Alternatively, try calling in an Ink Strike to scatter the opposition and give your teammates the advantage. So this Splat Shot set will come with the Splat Bomb, the Splat Bomb, and it will come with the Ink Strike as well. The Splatter Shot Pro will be getting a new weapon set as well. It will be called the Berry Splatter Shot Pro, and it will come with suction bombs as well as the Bomb Rush special weapon. There will be a new classic Squiffer. I probably have pronounced that wrong. If I have, I must apologise. And there will be a new classic Squiffer weapon set. It will be called the Fresh Squiffer, and it will come with suction bombs as well as the Kraken. And there will be a new permanent ink brush weapon set, which is just the ink brush, but it will come with splat bombs as well as the Kraken as well. That is just 3 of the 8 weapon sets that will be coming to Splatoon next week. So yeah, let's get on with the rest of the patch notes. This video is going to go on for quite a while, by the way, just because there is a lot for me to cover in this video. This update isn't just an update for Sheldon Picks. This update does also change a lot of other things in Splatoon, and that is what I will be covering throughout the rest of this video. So firstly, they have made some adjustments to Splatfest. They have changed the initial Splatfest power value for rank S+. They have made some adjustments to weapons as well, and trust me, there is a lot of adjustments that they have made for the weapons in Splatoon. So what have they done to the weapons in Splatoon with the latest update? The first thing that they have done is that they have made changes to the special gauge level on respawn. Previously, all weapons, the special gauge when you died, the special gauge reduced by 50% for all weapons. Now it is different for each weapon. So pretty much some of the weapons will have a large reduction between 50% and 70%. I do believe the specifics will be mentioned in some of the menus, like the weapon menus for Splatoon. So pretty much the weapons that will have a 50% to 75% reduction in the special gauge when you die are the Tentakek Splatter Shot, which is one of my favourite weapons. I'm really saddened to hear that. The Octoshot Replica, the 96 Gal Deco, the Lunar Blaster Neo, the Dynamo Roller, the Gold Dynamo Roller, the Splat Charger, the Hero Charger Replica, and the splatter scope. Now, some of the weapons will have a medium reduction between 50% to 60%, and those weapons are the Splattershot Junior, the 52 Gal, the Lunar Blaster, the Custom Blaster, the L3 Nozzle Nose D, the Carbon Roller, the Crack-On Splat Roller, Tri-Slosher, Kelp Splatter Charger, Kelp Splatter Scope, E-Liter 3K, Custom E-Liter 3K, E-Liter 3K Scope, Custom E-Liter 3K Scope, the Zinc Mini Splatling, and the Heavy Splatling Deco. And all other weapons will have a small reduction, which will be an increase in 50% to 6%. So the first lot of weapons that I did read out, they will have a large reduction between 50% to 75%, and the others that I read out after that will have a medium reduction between 50% and 60%. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but obviously those weapons, when you die, your special gauge will drop by quite a lot now. So yeah, that is one change that they have made to the weapons. Swim speed up has been reduced by about 10% when any of these weapons are equipped, and those weapons are the Dynamo Roller, the Gold Dynamo Roller, the E-Liter 3K, the Custom E-Liter 3K, the E-Liter 3K Scope, the Custom E-Liter 3K Scope, the Hydra Splatling, and the Custom Hydra Splatling. They've also changed some of the weapon balancing in this game, so the following weapons will have initial velocity of shots increased by about 10%, spread reduced by about 10%, range increased by about 10%. And those weapons are the Splashomatic and the Neo Splashomatic. Some weapons will have the radius of the droplets that fall before the shot hits has been increased by about 7%. Intervals between the droplets that fall before the shot has been reduced as well. And those weapons that are affected by that are the NZAP 85 and the NZAP 89. The Splatshot Pro and the Forge Splatshot Pro will have initial velocity of shots increased by about 20%, range increased by about 5% as well. Damage per shot reduced from 62.0 to 52.0, spread reduced by about 11%. The weapons that are affected by that are the 96 Gal and the 96 Gal Deco. The Jet Squelcher and the Custom Jet Squelcher will have movement speed while firing increased by about 50%. I will have a link to all of these patch notes in the description as well, just in case you can't really understand what I'm saying. And my voice is gradually going, so the pronunciation of some of these might be a bit off. I've been recording videos for a long time now, and this video has been going on for a while. So I'll leave a link to the full patch notes in the description. So I'm not sure where I was actually. The Jet Squelcher and the Custom Jet Squelcher will have movement speed while firing increased by about 50%. That is what I read out before. Ink consumption while flinging ink reduced by about 30%, and the weapons that are affected by that are the Carbon Roller and the Carbon Roller Deco. So I'm not exactly sure what that means. Ink consumption when flinging ink reduced by about 30%. So that means they will have it will consume less ink when you fling ink with the Carbon Roller and the Carbon Roller Deco. The Splat Charger, the Kelp Splat Charger and the Hero Charger Replica are getting range when not fully charged reduced by about 20%, but range when fully charged increased by about 4%. Range when not fully charged adjusted to match that of the Splat Charger. Range when fully charged increased by about 4%. The weapons that are affected by that are the Splatter Scope and the Kelp Splatter Scope. The E-Liter 3K and the Custom E-Liter 3K will be getting range when not fully charged reduced by about 20%. Time taken to fully charge reduced by about 6%. Range when not fully charged adjusted to match that of the Elite 3K. Time taken to fully charge reduced by about 6%, and the Elite 3K scope and the custom Elite 3K scope are affected by that. The Slosher and the Slosher Deco will have reduced time needed to fire by about 20%. Increase the time a player who has been hit suffers reduced movement by about 26%. Increase the damage per shot when fully charged from 28 to 35, and the hardest Blatling and the custom hardest Blatling will be getting that. They have made some changes to the sub-weapons in Splatoon as well. So the Burst Bomb will have ink consumption change from 25% to 40%. That is a big leap. Weaken the knockback effect. Radius for dealing minimum damage reduced by 20%. Minimum damage increased from 20 to 25. Radius for dealing medium damage will be 35, and that has been increased by about 14%. And the painting radius increased by about 43%. An ink mine can be set when one has already been placed, but placing the second ink mine will cause the first unexploded ink mine to disappear. I'm really glad that they have added in that second bit, because if you were able to add in 2 ink mines, for me that would promote camping. I'm glad that the devs have thought about that as well. And the last sub-weapon that will be changed is the splash wall. They have, even if the splash wall is used on a slope so that it hits the ground immediately, it will still take as long to activate as when it is used on the ground. So they have made some changes to some special weapons as well, and the only one that has been changed actually is the ink strike. And pretty much time needed to fire after selecting the target reduced by about 33%. They have made some adjustments to some of the stages within Splatoon as well. The first one that will be changed is Salt Spray Rig, and adjustments to prevent players from taking certain shortcuts in all modes will be changed with this update. Bluefin Depot, they have fixed a problem where players could go inside a certain object in Rainmaker mode. Flounder Heights, adjustments have been made to prevent users from taking certain shortcuts in tower control mode. And yeah, that is pretty much all what I will be covering in this video, just because my voice is gradually going. But I have covered quite a lot in this video. This video has gone on for quite a while, but I'll leave a link to the full patch notes in the description for you to check out. They have made some changes to certain things in battle, so I'll leave a link to the full patch notes in the description. But the main headlines to come from this update is that Sheldon Picks will be going live from next week. So yeah, that is it for this video. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. But for the moment, that is it for this video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.